Good evening, gentlemen, and good evening, all the viewers. Yesterday, I told you about this regression analysis, regression equation of x on y and y on x. Here, one value will be an independent value and the other value will be a dependent value. If you take x as independent value, y will be the dependent value. If you take y as independent value, x will be the dependent value. So like that, I told you yesterday in the last class about regression analysis. Now today I am going to take into account a new topic known as index numbers. So what is an index number? It is a number which indicates what are the changes that we come across when you take into account the prices of the commodities as well as quantities of the commodities from a past year. The year whatever you are taking, it is known as base year, and the year whatever you are living, continuing, going on, it is called as current year. So what is the price in change? What is the price change? Is there any change in the price? Is there any change in the quantity? Like that we will take into account. So that number which shows us the changes, whether in an increasing manner or in a decreasing manner, we'll call that number as index number. So index number, why we are going to use this index numbers? What is the reason? The reason is in order to know how far we are from the previous year. Okay, and what are the changes that are coming across? What are the changes that are coming across? What is the development in the product or in the composition or in the quantity? Like that. If you take into account, I'll give a small example. If you take into account the first generation computers, it is like it is filled within a room. But when you take into account the first generation, from first generation computers to present AI, it is in the form of a chip. That is, the whole machinery which was located in a room, it became small and small and small and became a chip size, which you can carry and keep anywhere. So the composition, the quantity, as well as the price, okay, which indicates that number, which indicates the rise or the fall in the composition, product, price, everything. Okay, reliability, all the things we have to take into account, and we have to go for that. For that purpose, these index numbers, they are used. And these index numbers, they are very important to keep others to know what are the changes that are coming across, whether they are favorable changes or unfavorable changes. If they are favorable changes, how much is the favorability, and if they are unfavorable, what is the unfavorability? All these things we can come to know about this in this index numbers. And some people, they are attracted to hear the numbers. See the peculiarity. Okay, some people, they are very excited to hear the numbers. And this thing, it is not a thing that came from the sky, please. It is from our journal life. Okay, the present ladies or the gents, when you follow them, when you observe them, in my, especially old people, I'm talking about old people, not the new ones or young ones. Okay, if you take anything, any commodity, they'll say, in my age it is like this, it is in like this, but now it is not there. Like that, the words they are coming from the elderly people. Why? What is the reason? The reason is nothing but increase in the credibility or reliability or development of that product or availability of the product. Okay, previously people they used to say that we are going to get onions at 2 rupees 1 kilo, but the present day onions are 50 rupees per kilo. So why? What is the change? What is the change in the price? Why the price is changing like that? Previously it is 2 rupees and now it is 50 rupees. Why? What is the change in the price? What are the reasons behind it? The reasons behind it are, by that time there is no malpractices. People they used to cultivate and they used to get the product and they used to sell. And that amount, whatever they are used to get, it is more than enough. But when the society, when it is developing, when new things they are coming, and when new people, when they are generating, and when they new people, when they are just copying, see the peculiarity, not only generating, copying also. Okay, they will say, yes, this is good. And a person who is having money, enough money, he is ready to purchase that. And a person who is not having that much money is not reaching that. He is going for alternatives. Okay, he is going for alternatives. And the present situation is, suppose if the price of onions, if it increases, the tomatoes prices will come down. That is, sometimes the prices of tomatoes will go up and the onions prices will come down. Both the products are important for any family. So in that case, a person who is having enough money, he can afford to purchase that. And a person who is not having enough money, he is not going for that, or else he is going in less quantity. Okay, when you go into some other families, some other cases, they are not using. They are not using. Why? Because the prices are very, very high, very, very intolerable. So let us go with not using them. Okay. And taking into account the auspicious days, that is the festival days, we should not eat. When we eat, it is equivalent to eating of non-veg. Some people they are telling like that and they are leaving that. But these two products are essential. Okay, so how the changes are coming across? What is the development? What is the availability? All those things we have to take into account. Now, in those days, okay, there is correct seasonal fluctuations. Okay, in summer season, summer, in winter season, winter, in rainy season, rains. But we don't know when the rains will come today and when the rains will go away. When there will be a sunny day and when there will be a rainy day, we don't know. And whatever it may be, the land, it is not, the land is becoming very, very small and very short. Because people, what they are doing is, they are going for concrete jungle. Wherever the space is there, they are constructing skyscrapers, multi-storied buildings, skyscrapers. So thereby what is happening is the land used for fertility, okay, fertile lands, we are not going for that and we are not going for cultivation. So when the land is becoming very, very small, very, very less, we have to struggle in that land. So the cultivation aspect, it is not coming up to the mark. And when the cultivation is not up to the mark, then automatically the production of the commodities also it will come down. And people they have to fight for that. So when they are fighting, automatically, if you give this much, I am going to give this much. So competition. Okay. tug of war competition or tough competition. So with this, what is happening is a person who is ready to give 50 rupees, he is going to get, and a person who is ready to give 10 rupees, he is not going to get anything. That is the thing. It is not the development place. So many factors they are lying, and taking into account all the factors and finding out a number, that is nothing but index number. What is the cost of index? The cost of index is very, very high. Yeah. Okay, when you go for Bangalore and the other cities, metropolitan cities, the cost of living is very, very high. People, they used to say like this. And when you go for other, the cost of living is very, very low, and we cannot sustain over here. It is equivalent to labor. Like that, people, they are feeling. That is, they want to stay in a medium this thing. And all the people, they are telling that, oh, Hyderabad is the best place for living because the cost of living is okay, reasonable. Means that it means that it is not the cost of living, sir. It is not the cost of living. It is the people's thoughts. It is the availability of the product. So many factors, they will govern. And by taking into account the factors, people, what they are doing is they are going for this index numbers. Okay, so we are going for this index numbers. And okay, don't be of that opinion that index numbers are something else. Originally developed from measuring the effect of changes in prices, index numbers have become today one of the most widely used statistical devices, and there is hardly any today where they are not used. That is everywhere. Everywhere people, they are using this. And one thing, this index numbers is not confined to something else or one thing else. It is applicable to every variable. Whatever you take, they are applicable. Index numbers relate to a variable or variables in a given period or to the same variable or variables in another period, called the base period. The simplified name for index numbers, which computed from a single variable, is called a univariate index, whereas an index which is constructed from a group of variables is considered as composite index numbers. Composite index numbers. Uses of index numbers, I told you already. They help in framing suitable prices. They reveal trends and tendencies. Trends and tendencies, both are different place. Tendency, it belongs to an individual, and trends means the way. Index numbers are very useful in deflating. When you want, sir, what is inflation and what is deflation? Inflation is high purchasing power. Deflation is nothing but low purchasing power. Okay, it are very useful in deflation. When the purchasing power is less, then there the index numbers, they are useful. When you go for inflation period, the index numbers are not useful. Okay, so when you take into account the various products, in different countries, they will charge high in other country, whereas they will charge low in this country. Just like when you take into account a small example, I'm not going to take into account the country's place. Okay, a small example. We are having hotels and roadside hotels. When 5 people, they are not going for corporate hotels regularly. Okay, if they go, the whole pocket will be empty. The whole purse will go away. When they go to roadside hotels, they can take more product. For example, if you go for, this hotel, Viceroy, okay, a plate of idli consisting of 2 pieces, it costs 250 rupees or 300 rupees. Whereas the same plate of idli on the roadside, it comes for 20 rupees or 30 rupees maximum. So people, what they are doing is, why should we go to that and why should we keep the money over there? Let us go and eat from the roadside hotels. And some people, they'll feel that it is not so hygienic. When you go for this star hotels, it is very hygienic. They'll prepare in a homely manner, in a hygienic manner. Whatever it may be, you are eating that idli. And same batter, it is used here as well as there. Same chutney you will get here and you will get the same chutney over there. There is no difference at all. But people, they'll have that tendency. Whenever there is a tendency like that, then index numbers will come into picture. Now, classification of index numbers. Okay, when you go for index numbers, we can classify the index numbers into price index number, quantity index number, value index number, and special purpose index number. Like this, you can classify the index numbers into 4 types. Now, today we are going to study about the price index number. So, when you go for price index numbers, we have to take into account only the prices, not any other things. We have to take into account the prices. For example, if you want to purchase an egg, in the shop, they'll say 5 rupees, sir. The same egg, when you go to a mutton shop or egg shop, they'll say 2 rupees, sir. See, the egg is not changing. The egg is same, but the prices, they are changing. Why? Because some people, they'll want to go for that and some people, they don't want to go for that. When the price, here also will come across the economic rule. When the price is high, the demand will come down. When the price is less, the demand will go up. See the peculiarity. That's why I told you in the beginning itself, when I am telling about this economics subject, it is having everywhere its importance. Even in statistics also, even in mathematics also, even in commerce also, even in medicine, wherever it may be, it is having its importance. So price index numbers. Now let us don't go for that demand and supply. Let us think about the price index. Okay, problems in constructing of index numbers. The purpose of the index number. For what purpose you are constructing the index number? Selection of a base period. Which one we have to take as a base period? Okay. Next, selection of number of items. How many number of items we have to select? There are so many number of items. Next, price quotations. How much price they will quote and whether it is reasonable to us or not. Next, choice of an average. Which one we have to use? Either you have to use the arithmetic mean or geometric mean. What mean we have to use? Next, selection of appropriate weights. Okay, selection of appropriate weights. And in this weights also, you will come across implicit weight and explicit weight. Implicit weight is commodity or its variety is included in the index number of times. Okay, in case of explicit, weighing some outwards evidences of importance of the various items in the index is given. Okay, implicit and explicit, included and excluded, just like that. Included and excluded, just like that. Now, what are the methods of construction of index numbers? Okay, The large number of formulas, a large number of formulas have been devised for constructing index numbers. They are grouped into two types. First one is unweighted indices and weighted indices. Okay, here one thing you have to observe is index is a singular number and indices is nothing but a plural number. So with this, I'm stopping here and I'll continue tomorrow. So those people who want to take online coaching, online tuition for any subjects, commerce and accounts, you please take my cell number 9849238902 and please contact me. And try to please subscribe, not try, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.